Have you ever wondered what will happen if you start roaming around like normal days in the present COVID-19 scenario? Well, you might get in trouble, right? But at least the world is not going to end because the nature has its own plans. Hello friends, I'm Khalid. Welcome to my YouTube channel Bioblogger, and today we are going to talk about very popular, controversial and debatable herd immunity. Well, what is herd immunity? When to consider this? And the biggest question of all, can it be considered in the present COVID-19 scenario? The questions are too many. Some of them are answerable and some of the answers are questionable as well. So without any further ado, let's find it out. A quick disclaimer before we proceed to the topic. There are so many videos about herd immunity over YouTube. I'll try my best to make you understand the concept only in the easiest of the words possible. And in the end, I'll be giving my opinion. And you have all the rights to disagree with that and criticize that as well. All the criticisms are welcome. But this is going to be a very short video, so stay tuned till the end. What is herd immunity? Let me get it to you this way. Suppose there is a society, a local colony, and there are a few thieves that are active in the last couple of days. So the residents in the society witnessed a few heists in a very short span of time. As a result, the residents decided that okay, now we'll guard our houses. The houses that were already looted, they decided that we'll not rely on anybody else and we'll guard our houses ourselves. And the other houses, they decided to hire the guards from outside. But there were a few houses that were so vulnerable that they cannot afford to hire the guards. What will happen? Well, if enough of the houses in the society are guarded, there is a huge chance that the unguarded houses will get the benefit and they will not get looted as well. Well, my friends, this is exactly the concept of herd immunity. All you need to know is just the analogy now. What are the thieves? Well, these are the viruses that are attacking us. What are the houses? It's our bodies that are being attacked. And what are the guards? Well, my friends, that's the immunity our body have to get. As the houses are guarded in two ways, either from the house owners itself or the guards are hired from outside. In the same way, our body gets immunity by two means. Firstly, the body itself produces some antibody against the virus. This happens when the body is exposed to the virus at least once. And the second way, that the body acquires the immunity from outside, and this happens through vaccination. When we talk about the individuals, only those individuals that have got the immunity are safe from the viruses. But when we talk about the population, it is not necessary for everybody in the population to get the immunity. If enough of the percentage of individuals in a population are immune to a disease, there is a high possibility that these people will help in breaking the chain and the disease will not spread. And that's how the people who are not immune to the disease will not get infected. Now let's have a look at how all this happens. In the first case, the first population, one person gets infected with a contagious disease, okay, but all the other people in the population are healthy but not immune to the disease. What will happen? Whenever this person will come in contact with anybody in the population, there are chances that they will catch the disease and the disease will start spreading. Let's look at the second scenario. In this scenario, one person gets infected with the same contagious disease, and there are healthy people who are not immune, and the green ones are the healthy people who are already immune to that disease. What will happen in that case is, whenever this person will come in contact with a healthy and not immune person, the disease will spread. But whenever this person or the healthy person who have caught the disease from this person comes in contact with the immune person, the chain is going to be broken and the disease will not spread anymore. As a result of that, you can see that there are many healthy people who are not immune to the disease, but they are not catching the disease, as the disease is not spreading too much because of these people. These immune people are breaking the chain and everybody else is getting benefited. The question arises here, at least how many people should in the population should be immune in order to let the herd immunity work? Let's have a look at that as well. To understand this, let's assume a hypothetical situation that if an infected person comes in contact with the population, and let's gradually increase the immunity level of the population and see what results we get. So if none of the individuals in the population is immune to the disease, then everybody in the population is going to get infected, or at least prone to the infection. So the entire population is going to get infected. But if 25% of the population or 25% individuals of the populations are immune to the disease, what results we get? That if an infected person comes in contact with a population of 16, 25% of the population is immune to the disease. That means out of 4, 1 is immune. So the results we are getting is at least 6% are going to get infected, at least 6% are going to get infected, and 6% are going to get benefited and not infected without immunity. Okay, so this is the case when 25% of the population is immune to the disease. Now let's take another scenario and see if 50% of the individuals in the population is immune to the disease. So if an infected person comes in contact with 16 people, out of which 50% are immune to the disease, so out of 4, when 50% is infected, there is chance that is hypothetical, there is chance that at least 2 will be immune. So what results we are getting now is at least 3% will be infected, which is approximately 18.75% of the total population, and at least 9% will not get infected and get the benefit by these 50% breaking the chain, and 9 is approximately 56.25% of the total population of 16 people. So now the question is 50% immunity enough? And the answer to this is it's not. Why? Because consider a case like a disease where the mortality rate is really high, like Ebola. The mortality rate for Ebola is approximately 80 to 90%. In that case, even if 18.5% people are suffering with the disease, assume a larger population and 80% of this population of this is going to die. Is it acceptable? The answer is no. That's why at least 70% immunity or 85% immunity is considered to be impactful and effective to consider the herd immunity case. Before coming to an end, let me tell you one more thing. Keep only 2 points in mind. First one, that herd immunity is considered only in the case of contagious diseases, not all the infectious diseases. That means only those diseases in which the disease spread by one person to another. Second point, that whenever we are going to talk about herd immunity, the only immunity that is going to be considered is the acquired or adaptive immunity. It is never going to be the innate or inborn immunity. Now the big question, can we consider this approach in the present scenario of COVID-19? Experts' opinions are divided. We don't have any vaccine for this disease yet. The only way to let this herd immunity work is by exposing our population, at least 70% of our population, to the virus. And by doing this, there is a high chance that we'll see a huge spike in the number of people dying. Current mortality rate for this disease is approx 6.5% across the globe and less than 3% in India according to ICMR. 3% population of India is a very big number. So there will be millions of people dying. This is scary, right? But wait, there's other side of the coin as well, which you have to see before making any decision. In my opinion, we don't have any options other than going for this approach. Let me ask you one thing. What did we get in the last 2-3 months of the lockdown? The only thing we have got is time. We have got the time to improve our medical facilities, time to arrange more ventilators, more oxygen cylinders to prepare for this situation. And the most important thing to be considered at this point is how much time will it take to expose 70% of our population to this virus? Well, it's not going to happen within a few weeks or a month. It's going to take several months, maybe a year. So it's not like that 70% of our population is going to be sick at the same time. It will give us some more time. So what should we do now? Well, you have two options in front of you. First one, expose yourself to the outer world without thinking much about the consequences. Let the virus catch you. Pray that you show only mild symptoms or go asymptomatic. Develop some antibodies and probably break the chain. Or the second option, a wiser one, that wait. Let somebody else break the chain for you. Take precautions while you go outside. And in this way, you will give some more time to our medical system and won't be a burden on them. Choice is always yours. Let me know if you liked my work. Subscribe to this channel for more informative videos like this. Share this video as much as possible to spread my words, and comment section is open for any query or suggestions. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.